You hurl the beacon. The shells fall, and then, for the next 30 seconds, that patch of ground belongs to the fire. Not to you, not to the enemy, but to the fire itself. You unlock it at level 18 for 10,000 requisition slips. Super Earth doesn't price this like a general purpose weapon, and the cooldown makes it clear you're not meant to use it that way. The Orbital Napalm Barrage isn't about killing enemies. It's about erasing parts of the map. After it hits, whatever existed in that zone might as well be gone, irrelevant, claimed by the fire. For as long as the flames last, the land doesn't belong to you or your foes, it belongs to the Inferno, and it's in no hurry to give it back. The Orbital Napalm Barrage fires 84mm shells from your Class 6 series Super Destroyer. 5 to 6 shells per salvo, 5 salvos total. 25 to 30 impacts scattered across a 25-meter bombardment zone over roughly 15 seconds. Each shell weighs 5 kilograms, travels at 400 meters per second, and detonates on impact with a 10-meter blast radius. That explosion deals 350 damage in the inner zone and ignites everything nearby. The delivery system isn't what makes this weapon distinct, though. What makes it unique is what happens after the impact. What it delivers is fire. 2 layers of it, stacked and overlapping. Combined, they inflict 300 fire damage per second. Scoffing at things like armor ratings and angles of attack, it simply burns through. Those 30 or so shells create a patchwork of fire zones across the entire bombardment area. Each one burns independently, and each one refreshes when another shell lands nearby. The result is an inferno that doesn't clear for 30 seconds, sometimes longer, depending on how the shells are scattered. The prescribed safe distance is 25 meters from the beacon. The actual safe distance is at least 50. Experienced Helldivers use 65. The scatter pattern is wide. The fire spreads, and standing anywhere near the stratagem when it lands is a choice you only get to make once. When you throw this beacon, you need to throw it far, away from yourself, away from your team, and away from wherever your destroyer is firing from. The blast radius is one thing. The fire that spreads even further is another issue entirely. It takes 7.45 seconds to call in, but that drops to almost 6.5 with the targeting software upgrade. That is slower than most orbital strikes. The airburst only asks for 4, the Gatling needs 3. The napalm takes longer because it's not setting up a quick kill, it's building a furnace. The cooldown sits at 240 seconds, a full 4 minutes. That's double the rail cannon's recharge, and more than triple the Gatling barrage. Morale augmentation brings it down to 228, 0G breach loading down to 216. With everything installed and fully upgraded, you're looking at just over 200 seconds, shaving a full 35 off. Even after upgrading though, you're still waiting over 3 minutes between uses. That cooldown is the full cost of turning 30 meters of battlefield into a wasteland.
Requesting orbital.
A total of 6 ship modules affect this stratagem. Enhanced combustion is the most important. It increases fire damage by 25%, which applies to both of the burn effects the napalm creates. More guns adds a 6th salvo, 30 shells instead of 25, extending the duration and increasing coverage. High-density explosives expands each explosion's radius by 10%. Exploding shrapnel reduces damage fall-off from the center of each blast. And then there's the aforementioned zero-G breach loading and targeting software upgrade. Enhanced combustion and more guns matter the most. The former because fire is what this weapon does. The latter because 6 salvos mean more overlapping burn zones and a longer window during which the area remains unusable. Against Terminids, the Napalm Barrage does exactly what it was designed for. Bug breaches are chaotic. Enemies pour out in waves, often faster than a single Helldiver or sometimes even a full team can manage. The napalm doesn't stop the breach. What it does is turn the area around the breach itself into a self-contained kill zone. Bugs that emerge walk directly into fire. They don't get a chance to scatter. They can't close the distance. They burn right where they spawn. Against automatons, the napalm shifts from elimination to disruption. Bot drops are fast and organized. Automatons form up and advance with coordination. The napalm breaks that formation. Devastators and berserkers can cross the fire, but arrive much weakened. Troopers don't even make it at all. Against the Illuminate, the napalm operates as a form of territorial denial. Warp ships deploy voteless in concentrated groups. The napalm doesn't need to kill them all immediately. It makes the ground they're occupying unusable. Voteless caught in the fire can't effectively advance. Their mobility is their strength, and fire removes that by making movement itself more expensive. As to what you build around napalm, it won't deal with structures, so things like the Eagle Airstrike or Orbital Precision Strike cover fabricators and mission objectives. It won't efficiently kill heavy armor, so you'll need something like the 500 kilogram bomb, or a support weapon like the Quasar Cannon, for Bile Titans and Chargers, especially on higher difficulties, but the napalm will handle everything else. During the long 4-minute cooldown, you may need something that can help you deal with smaller hordes of enemies. The Orbital Gatling Barrage recharges 3 times before the napalm is back. The Airburst cycles twice. Either one helps maintain pressure while the napalm reloads. The EMS strike pairs naturally with the napalm. Enemies trapped in fire can't escape. They just stand there and burn until the fire kills them or the EMS wears off. Against Terminids specifically, fire-focused loadouts make napalm more effective. The Breaker Incendiary stacks fire damage with the barrage itself. Incendiary grenades add another ignition source. The Flamethrower does the same. Together they create overlapping burn zones that nothing crosses easily. Any kind of rover handles approaching foes while you focus on the area the napalm is controlling. The combination covers multiple angles without requiring a second Helldiver. The Orbital Napalm Barrage, it scatters. It drifts. It burns where it lands, not always where you intended. The 4-minute cooldown is the price for that scatter. You gain a massive area of control, and coverage, and sustained damage over time. What you don't get is frequent availability or 100% predictable targeting. But what you do get is an unparalleled ability to deny ground, to control the flow of battlefield, and turn any patch of Earth into a deadly, inescapable inferno. Some stratagems you use because they're efficient. The napalm, you use because you want a specific piece of ground to just stop. For the next 30 seconds, maybe longer, that area belongs to the fire. Just throw it where it needs to go, and then let it burn. As always, thank you so much for watching. Again, for those who don't know, I did see some comments in the previous videos. Yes, I only play on 6 and 7. Don't. So yes, I'm not playing on the very extreme difficulties where the strength of some of this stuff may not be as strong, but again, I'm evaluating here on fun and usability and how to use things, because ultimately every stratagem has its place, and I think it's fun to explore that. If you want to support the channel directly, there's a Patreon linked below, or you can hit the super thanks button right here on YouTube. Either way, I appreciate it. Of course, you don't even have to do that. You can just leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, throw a single emoji down there, anything that helps YouTube realize that you're enjoying my content. And if you want something to watch next, why not go check out the Orbital Airburst Strike? That'll be in the end card, waiting for you with a quick little preview. For now though, I think that's it. I'll see you next time. The Orbital Airburst Strike is powerful, but it does not distinguish between Terminid and Automaton, light infantry and heavy armor, or between the Swarm advancing on your position and the Helldivers standing too close by.